Janet Maya. I'm a real estate agent over at Weld Realty, and today we're in Nyack at Hickory Dickory Dock, and I'm going to introduce you to Loreen Costa. Let's go meet her.
I'm Loreen Costa with Hickory Dickory Dock, and we've been in Nyack here for over 25 years, please. And Nyack has such a particular sense of place. You know, it's got history, it's got contemporary personality. I really appreciate it because it's truly a diverse place. There's economic diversity, there's social diversity, there's diversity of worship, there's, you know, in a real vibrant, community connected kind of way. And, you know, so people here are living their personal story in a day-to-day committed way. And it makes sense for us to have a business like this, that even though we're selling imports from far away, we're connecting with that emotional level of people. And I think that's what makes home so important. Nyack is a really wonderful expression of that. Music box is depicting a bakery market stall at a Christkindl market, in a Christmas market that they hold in the town squares during Christmas season, during Advent season. And so the little woodcraft depicted, the gingerbread cookies depicted, the way that this booth is arranged is very, very typical, again, or traditional to the culture, to the way that the Germans celebrate not just Christmas, but the whole Advent season and the coming of the Christmas celebration. And the ritual that still exists even in modern culture includes this place where there's connection within the community, because you bump into your neighbors and you see the same vendors year to year, and you might have a glass of Glühwein while you're shopping around and you get your gifts for people. And so to see this embodied again in miniature is just, to me, so magical. Not unlike our farmers market, for example. It's a rarer and rarer in many places in our society where people are going to get their daily chores done but also bump into their neighbors and sort of check in with each other without making it a big project. You know, I can check in with you because you're buying your vegetables and I know that you're okay. Well, this is a community. This is happening. And so that's what the Christmas markets are like. People are bustling, doing the same thing that they do in modern life that we do, but they're seeing their neighbors who are making and selling their stuff, and they're having a glass of wine with them on the street. And it's really, again, recommitting to that weave of being home. And we've been to the Black Forest every year for more than 20 years. The decision to import them directly meant going to a factory door, knocking on the door and saying, "Hi, we're the Costas from the United States and we want to sell your clocks." And when we bring them into the shop and we know all these stories, the customers that come to us to buy them, to take them home, it's really like a connecting people across the globe in a very personal way. To me, it's beautiful. The pendulum is connecting to the ticking, and that visible motion, but also the sound and the rhythm of it is very, again, human scaled and soothing, I find it to be. And then watching the hands transit, and the fact that the clocks that chime every 15 minutes in a progression, adding a little bit more of a melody and then crescendoing on the hour with a full strike of the time, you know, really gets you a sense of place in your day, is how I experience it. And I think it, you know, becomes the heartbeat of a house. It's a little cliche, but when you have a mechanical clock in the house and you have that full body awareness of the passage of time, I think it's grounding you in space in a way that maybe we could benefit from now. So much of what Americans do about Christmas is celebrate like Germans. The Christmas tree, the blown ornaments, the woodcraft ornaments, the nutcrackers, all these things are very typical to German culture, and we Americans adopted that. These are the only nutcrackers that are still turned by hand completely. So when you look at the body of the nutcracker and the contours here, these are turned on a lathe, and the artisans are cutting them with knives by hand, calipers to measure, but the contours are all produced one at a time by a human being. See why Germans had all this living experience of fairy tale and folklore and myth. It's like a really real part of their life. And so this whole room of woodcraft is very much a tactile expression of that. And you know, to incorporate that in your daily life is just something that maybe some of us could use a little bit more of, I think.